Hi everyone, I'm David Waldbridge, Associate Director at Harris & Clarke, and in today's video we're diving into one of the cornerstones of UK construction compliance, the building regulations. Now, if you work in design, construction or building control, you'll know that keeping up with these documents is critical. They set the minimum standards for safety, performance, energy efficiency and accessibility in building design and construction. There are currently approved documents A through T, with some missing letters here and there, plus the often forgotten but always present Regulation 7, which deals with materials and workmanship. So in this video I'm going to do my best to give a 30,000 foot overview of each one, what it covers and why it matters in clear, simple terms. Approved document A, Structure. Part A covers the structural safety of buildings. It ensures buildings are designed to withstand loads from people, furniture, snow, wind, without collapsing. It also covers foundations, stability, disproportionate collapse and ground movement. Essentially, it's about making sure buildings stand strong and stay that way. Approved document B, Fire Safety. This one's divided into two volumes. Volume 1 covers dwellings and Volume 2 covers buildings other than dwellings. It sets out requirements for fire resistance, means of escape, fire detection, alarms and access for firefighting. The fire safety design is constantly evolving, so Part B is one of the most frequently updated documents, particularly after the Grenfell tragedy. Approved document C, Site Preparation and Resistance to Contaminants and Moisture. Part C deals with preparing the site properly before construction starts and protecting buildings from contaminants, damp and weather. It includes measures like damp-proof courses, ventilation and drainage. In short, it helps ensure the buildings remain dry, healthy and fit for occupation. Approved document D, Toxic Substances. This one's short but important and ensures that during construction, measures are taken to avoid people being exposed to toxic fumes, particularly from insulating materials containing isocyanate. It's mainly concerned with the installation of cavity insulation and protecting workers and occupants. Approved document E, Resistance to the Passage of Sound. Part E focuses on sound insulation between and within buildings. It sets minimum standards to limit noise transfer, both airborne and impact, between walls and floors in dwellings, schools and other buildings. Essentially, it helps make homes quieter and more comfortable. Approved document F, Ventilation. This one covers how buildings are ventilated to maintain good indoor air quality. It specifies rates and methods of ventilation for different building types, mechanical, natural or a combination of the both. The goal is to control condensation, remove pollutants and keep occupants healthy. Approved document G, Sanitation, Hot water safety and water efficiency. Part G deals with water systems, ensuring that plumbing, hot water and sanitation systems are safe and efficient. It includes water-saving measures, preventions for scalding and protection against contaminations from things like Legionella. Approved document H, Drainage and Waste Disposal. This one's about dealing with waste, foul water, surface water and solid waste. It sets requirements for drainage systems, cesspools, package treatment plants and rainwater disposal. Basically, it makes sure waste leaves the site safely and hygienically, ensuring the water or nasty stuff flows away and in the right direction. Approved document J, Heat Producing Appliances. Part J covers fireplaces, stoves, boilers and flues. It sets out how to safely install appliances that burn gas, oil, wood or coal, including requirements for ventilation, flue sizing and carbon monoxide protection. Approved document K, Protection from Falling, Collision and Impact. This one helps prevent injuries from falls or collisions. It covers stairs, balustrades, glazing, guarding and barriers. If it's something someone could bump into or fall from, Part K tells you how to make it safe. Approved document L, Conservation of Fuel and Power. Part L is a big one. It focuses on energy efficiency and it's divided into 4 parts, covering new and existing dwellings and non-domestic buildings. It deals with insulation, heating systems, lighting and airtightness, ensuring that buildings are energy efficient and meet the UK's carbon reduction goals. Approved document M, Access to Use of Buildings. This ensures that buildings are accessible to everyone, including disabled people. It covers access routes, door widths, stairs, lifts, sanitary facilities, signage. Accessibility isn't just about good design, it's a legal requirement, and document M is the benchmark. Approved document O, Overheating. Introduced recently, Part O addresses overheating in residential buildings. It sets limits on solar gain and specifies strategies like shading, ventilation and orientation to help buildings stay cool in the summer. Approved document P, Electrical Safety. This applies to electrical installations in dwellings. It ensures electrical work is designed and carried out safely to prevent shocks and fires, usually requiring certification by a competent and qualified person. Approved Document Q, Security. Part Q sets out standards for resisting unauthorised access entry into new dwellings. It covers doors and windows, specifying requirements for strength, locking and resistance to forced entry. Approved Document R, Physical Infrastructure for High-Speed Electronic Communication Networks. This one ensures that the new buildings are equipped for broadband connectivity. It requires developers to install the necessary infrastructure, such as ducts and cabling, to support high-speed internet. Approved Document S, Infrastructure for Charging of Electric Vehicles. Another recent addition. Part S requires new buildings with parking spaces to include EV charging infrastructure, or at least ducting for future installations. It's a key part for the UK's drive towards net zero and sustainable transport. Approved Document T, Toilet and sanitary accommodation in non-domestic buildings. Approved Document T sets out the regulations and requirements for toilets and washroom facilities in non-domestic buildings, things like offices, shops, schools and leisure centres. It ensures that adequate and accessible toilet provisions are made for all users, including separate facilities for men and women, as well as universal accessible WCs where appropriate. It also covers staff sanitary accommodation, baby changing facilities and layout considerations for privacy, ventilation and hygiene. Ultimately, Document T helps ensure that every building provides safe, hygienic and suitable toilet facilities that meet the needs for people using them. Now, Regulation 7, Materials and Workmanship. Finally, a little discussed but overarching provision, Regulation 7. This underpins all of the approved documents. It requires that materials are suitable and work is carried out to a proper standard. Essentially, even if you meet all the technical requirements, the work still has to be done properly, using appropriate materials and good craftsmanship. Whew. So, there we have it. A quick overview of all the approved documents, A through T and Regulation 7, each one dealing with a specific aspect of building safety, performance and sustainability. Together, they form the backbone of the UK's building regulations framework, ensuring that every project, no matter the size, is safe, efficient and built to last. As always, if you need help or advice with this or any other topic, please feel free to get in touch via our website, harrisonclarke.co.uk, and I'll see you in my next video.